All right, let's try this again. So I did the whole chromosomes thing, didn't record. 8 minutes and 15 seconds of my life that I just wasted. But that's okay. We'll just do it again. This time it's recording. I see it. All right, so we are back. It was like 9 minutes, but it was really only a couple of seconds at first. Anyway, so chromosomes. What are they? We could draw a picture of a chromosome for you, right? Here is a beautiful little picture of a chromosome. There we go. Looks beautiful, right? But what I'm going to do is we're going to look at a picture. And we are going to look at this right here. And I'm going to ask you, what is a chromosome based on the picture? So if you take a minute and you look at that, you see something that should be familiar here. This. What is this? It's DNA, right? So if we take that DNA and we just coil it up and coil it up and coil it up, we end up getting a chromosome. That's all that is. It's a tightly coiled piece of DNA. Something's making noise. So let's we'll write down the definition here. It is tightly coiled DNA, right? And where is it found? It is found in the nucleus. So if your DNA needs to make a protein, part of it unravels, bloop, it will code for the protein that's needed, and bloop, it winds right back up, right? So we have them, tightly coiled DNA. You have 46 of them. 23 come from mom, and 23 come from dad. So if we take a look over here, and we go over here, and we go down, and I'm going to erase some things here because I had previously written on it thinking I was talking to you, but I was just talking to the screen. It's so deflating, like I did this whole thing already. All right, so if we look at this, this is called a karyotype. A karyotype. And you can use this to detect genetic abnormalities. You could use this really for abnormalities, but you can also find the gender of a child. So if we look over here at the bottom, those are called sex chromosomes, the XY. If it's XY, then that's a boy. Y is boy. If it's XX, then it's girl. So the Y, anytime you have that, you have a boy. Anyhow, the way that this is set up is it's based on size. It's based on what the genes code for, right? So if we look at number 1 over here, you have 2 different chromosomes. You got one from mom and one from dad. So if I highlighted or circled, let's say this one is from mom, and we'll say this one is from dad, right? So you get 46 chromosomes, 23 from mom, 23 from dad, and then what they do is they line up and they get with their partner. They're called homologous chromosomes. That's their partner. They code for similar things. They are the same size. And it's in size order here. If you take a look, if you go from 1, that's bigger, then look at 16. Look at 21. It's just really small. And 22 is small, right? So if I put over here, this is dad, this is mom. Let's say I highlighted this or I colored this in green right there. Maybe that codes for height, right? So if we look here, one of them is only going to be the coding one, the dominant one, right? So let's say you get your height from your dad, and your dad's really tall like me. I get my height from my dad. I'm really tall just like him. If you can hear my sarcasm, I'm not tall. At least in my mind, I think I am. But I'm not. Anyhow, so they code for the same thing. And it's the dominant versus recessive principles that make the actual trait come out. So it could be hair color, it could be skin color, it could be eye color. All that kind of stuff can be coded on one of those chromosomes. And then the dominant one gets expressed. All right, so you have 23 from mom, 23 from dad. You got 46. These pairs here, they're called homologous chromosomes. They are chromosomes that code for similar things, similar traits. They're similar in size. One comes from mom, one comes from dad. That's why they're called homologous. They're similar in their structure and their function, but they come from different places, mom, dad. You can't get 46 chromosomes from your mom. Otherwise, you will be your mom. So let's go back and we'll write that down. Oops, that's the worksheet you're going to do. There we go. So, homologous chromosomes. These are chromosomes. Keep doing this. Pairs of chromosomes, which I'm spelling wrong. Chromosomes that code for similar traits and are similar in size. Whew. Similar in size, but come from different places. There's only 2 places they can come from. Example, mom, dad. So I'll draw you a picture. Here's one, right? And then there's the other. Okay? So this could be from mom. This could be from dad. These are homologous chromosomes. All right, so today we covered asexual reproduction versus meiosis. Asexual, going to be mitosis, going to make skin cells and things like that. It's actually used after fertilization, which I'll talk about in the next lecture. Nope, 2 lectures from now. And meiosis is used to make the sex cells, and that's big. We need to make a sperm and an egg so we can carry on our species, right? So meiosis will reduce the number of chromosomes in the cell. So if you have 46 in your body cell, when you do meiosis, it'd be 23 in the sex cell. Now, there's only 2 types of structures that do meiosis, and that would be your ovaries for the females and the testes for the males. The ovaries are going to make the eggs, the testes are going to make the sperm. So they're going to reduce the chromosome number. That reduced chromosome number is called the haploid number. The body cell number, or the body chromosome number, is called the diploid number. Body cells in humans contain 46 chromosomes. Body cells in, sex cells in humans contain 23 chromosomes. If we take a look, I have a little picture of meiosis versus mitosis. With mitosis, we start with 46, we end with 46. Meiosis, we start with 46, we end with 23. Tomorrow, we're going to draw out the steps of each of these. Now, I'm not going to go through the phases, but you've maybe heard them. You had prophase, you had metaphase, you had anaphase, telophase, cytokinesis. If not, I'll go through, I'll tell you about them, but you're not going to write any of that down. You just need to know the process. The whole point of me talking about this is that meiosis, which is making these sex cells, that haploid number, it provides something crucial. It provides variety. It provides variation. So what's going to happen is the homologous chromosomes, the mom and the dad, they're going to mingle. The genes are going to mix together. And that's how you get children that have genetic differences from their parents. So they might look similar. They might look a little bit like mom, or they might have this trait from dad. But it's all a jumble. And over generations and generations, you have so much mixing and jumbling. It is great for the species. All right, so I'm going to put in there one last thing. Over here with meiosis, it provides variety / variation. I will go into more details with that. There's a process called crossing over we'll talk about tomorrow, but it provides variation in a species. And this is really important. All right, so there's 2 worksheets that you're going to have to do. They look like this. Here it is. That's one. And then I have a chart that you have to fill out. It should be pretty easy. I'll do this first one for you. This would be 23. This would be 23. This would be 23. This would be 46. And that would be 23. Right? The number of chromosomes in a sperm and an egg in a human, 23. The 2n number is 46. The n number is 23. The number of chromosomes in gametes is 23. The diploid number is 46, and the haploid number is 23. And by the way, diploid, that's 2N, haploid is N. And I'm going to make a note of that in the notes that I have up here. Where are we? This would be 2N, and that is known as the N. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'm here all day. Peace!